Welcome to Introduction to Settlement Language Training, Module 1.1, LINC. In Module 1.1, we will introduce you to the LINC program, including a brief history of settlement language in BC, the levels and course options available, and you will learn who is eligible for LINC, and a little about the learners. We will explore how settlement language training is different from other types of ESL programs, and we will conclude with a description of what a LINC student can expect from their LINC class. According to research done by CIC, or Citizenship and Immigration Canada, we know that improved language ability helps to accelerate immigrant settlement and integration process. Language is essential to labor market participation, and higher language levels also support more engaged residents who will want to obtain Canadian citizenship. Settlement language training is good for the newcomer who receives the training and good for the community that receives the newcomer. LINC stands for Language Instruction for Newcomers to Canada. It is a free program for adult newcomers to Canada. Classes are federally funded through CIC, and these classes are intended for adults wanting to learn English to start their new life here. Because many LINC students have small children, some programs offer free childcare with their LINC classes. And there are LINC programs all across Canada. Settlement language training has been around since the early 1880s, when charities and other community groups met the needs of newcomers by offering English classes on an ad hoc basis, usually with volunteer teachers. Public and private institutions, of course, have been offering ESL for quite a while on a tuition basis. However, most of these programs are not settlement language. In 1991, the federal government launched LINC as an English language program that incorporated settlement content. From 1996 to 2014, settlement language training continued to be funded by CIC, but was administered by the province of BC as the ELSA, or English Language Services for Adults program. In 2014, settlement language training moved back to federal administration and is again called LINC. There have been a lot of changes in our sector over the last 15 years. During that time, there have been 6 key developments. The introduction of the ELSA Progress and Exit Tests, the introduction of the Canadian Language Benchmarks, or CLB, the introduction of ELSAnet, an umbrella organization supporting all ELSA programs in BC, and we continue this work by supporting LINC programs in BC as LISTEN. The publication of the revised CLB, and the introduction of Portfolio-Based Language Assessment, or PBLA, which is being released gradually across Canada and will eventually replace the ELSA Progress and Exit Tests. LINC classes are offered by over 35 private, non-profit and public institutions at over 60 sites all over BC. We recently welcomed a new LINC program in Whitehorse, Yukon. The classes are available in the daytime or evening, full-time or part-time. The LINC program operates on a continuous intake basis, which means that students can stop or start a class anytime. Most organizations have weekly intake. Many LINC organizations offer their students blended learning opportunities. This means that students and teachers spend some of the time together in a physical classroom and some of the time learning online. Depending on the needs of the community they serve, LINC schools may offer some or all of the following courses. LINC literacy, or pre-beginner, classes are for learners who have limited literacy in their first language, usually because they have interrupted or limited formal education. LINC 1 to 8 classes cover settlement themes such as housing, health, and Canadian and BC laws, as well as language objectives. LINC for the workplace is offered at levels 5 to 8. LINC 1 to 4 are beginner level. LINC 5 to 8 are intermediate level. And there are no advanced levels in LINC in BC. LINC clients must be 17 years old or older and approved for permanent residence. This could include immigrants and some refugees, Canadian citizens, temporary visitors, temporary foreign workers, and refugee claimants who have not yet received a positive decision on their refugee status claim cannot take LINC classes. However, in smaller communities, the BC government may fund these ineligible clients. Thus, in one class, you may have some students funded by CIC and some funded by the BC government. The clients don't need to be aware of these distinctions. That's how funders decide who LINC learners are. But who are they really? What challenges and strengths do they bring to class beyond their language levels and immigration status? LINC students are incredibly diverse. You will likely encounter seniors and youth, professionals and those with no formal education, parents with small children, and others who immigrated on their own, newcomers who arrived in Canada as recently as a week ago, and those who have been here a number of years. Each learner brings a variety of life experiences to your classroom. Some of these present challenges. Students may be stressed or ill or struggling to cope. There are also strengths that LINC learners may bring to class. Students bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise that they want to share with their class. Some have tremendous leadership skills and make group projects a dream. Some are great listeners who smile while you teach. And you will probably encounter at least one student who is an amazing cook and will regularly share their specialty with you. If you ask any long-term LINC teacher what they like about teaching LINC, they will say that the best thing about their job is the students. There are many ESL programs in BC which are more geared towards international students or focused on academic skills. International students are usually not planning to settle in Canada and are learning English for a variety of reasons. Academic English programs offer students a chance to upgrade their English in order to prepare to enter a post-secondary education program. These courses usually emphasize reading, writing, and researching. LINC students are newcomers who are intending to settle in Canada. They tend to be a bit older than international or academic students. Their immediate needs are related to finding housing, healthcare, employment, and learning about the laws and culture of their new home. This is why we call LINC settlement English. The differences between international, academic, and settlement English programs mostly derive from and reflect the divergent needs of the student bodies. The LINC program focuses on students being able to accomplish real-world tasks, such as making a doctor's appointment or filling in a registration form, in the 4 skill areas: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Language sub-skills such as grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation are taught in the context of these tasks, not as standalone items. This kind of teaching is called task-based instruction, or TBI. In the LINC context, TBI is based on the Canadian language benchmarks. Depending on the type of educational system the learner's first country learners may be surprised by a LINC classroom. For example, a learner from a traditional education system might expect a test-oriented, text-based, teacher-centered classroom that focuses on rote learning, analyzing sentence structure, and memorizing texts. Teachers need to be aware of this and sensitive to this. And consistently connecting classroom tasks and learning with the student's real life will go a long way to demonstrating to students that learning English in a LINC classroom may be very different than what they expected, but is very practical and effective. As with any class, but especially in a learner-centered class, the learners are expected to fully participate. This may be difficult for some learners who are not familiar with a dynamic learner-centered class. The learners can also expect to go out on field trips or have guest speakers brought into class that are related to the topic that they are studying. These activities familiarize learners with the services and resources in their community and quite often with the community itself. Something that makes BC unique is that there is a CIC-funded umbrella organization that supports BC Yukon LINC providers. That's us, LISTEN. We are the Language Instruction Support and Training Network, and our mission is to empower our members throughout the province of BC and Yukon to help their clients achieve language and resettlement goals by providing leadership, communication networks, and resources. Check out our website at www.listen.info. This concludes Module 1.1 LINC. I hope you have a better understanding of the LINC program and its learners. Don't forget to take the Module 1.1 quiz and choose a reflection question to respond to in the Settlement English Language Training Forum. If you have any questions or concerns, please post them in the forum or contact us directly at resources@listen.info. Thanks for watching, and see you in Module 1.2, where you will learn more about the CLB and the curricula used by LINC schools.